Today we're going to solve percent problems, and we're going to do so by using proportions to help us do this. We start our vocabulary. We think about the word percent, and it actually means out of 100. First part of the word per, that's out of cent, 100. So the actual definition, it is a ratio whose denominator is 100. So the percentage is always over the number 100. So for example, 25% really means 25 out of 100. And we have this proportion that we're going to use that will help us solve for any missing part of a percent problem. Some of you may have learned this last year. You learned the equation method for solving proportion problems. I like proportions because this gives you any part that's missing. And we think of percents as parts of whole. So a whole percent, a whole number is always going to be 100% of itself. So from last page, we have the percentage given over 100. And then given regular numbers, we put the part over the whole. This makes a lot more sense once we put actual numbers to it, like right now. So we want to know what percent of 30 is 3. So we'll set up a proportion. We know that's going to be two ratios being compared. We know one of ours is always over 100. That's our percent side. So if it helps you, just think of that in the percentage side. We're trying to find the percent. So that's the unknown. On the other side, what percent of 30, so 30 is the whole amount, is 3. We're trying to find what 3 out of 30 is. We do our cross multiply and divide, and we get 300 divided by 30, which gives us 10. So what percent of 30 is 3? 10%. I like this method also because there's no switching back and forth between decimals, moving things to the right or to the left. Whatever number we get for the percent, that's the number we use. This one, 51, is 17% of what number? Well, again, we have a proportion. And this one's always out of 100. That's our percent side. Write that up. And we are given 17%. So 17 out of 100. There's 1. Now 51 is 17% of what number? Well, of what number tells us you're trying to find the whole thing. 51 out of something equals 17 out of 100. So we can do cross multiply and divide. So we get 5100, multiply 51 times 100, divided by 17. And with a calculator, we can find out the answer there is 300. So 51 out of 300 is 17%. Finally, we have what number is 14% of 350. Proportion setup. 100 always goes down here. 14%. Right, our percent side is always where the 100 is. So what number is 14% of 350? That of 350 tells us 350 is the whole. We're trying to find something that is out of 350. We do our cross multiplication of 14 times 350. Gives us 4,900. We divide that by 100. Our x equals 49. So 49 out of 350 is 14%. We also have word problems we might see. So a bag of 150 stickers contains 34% green stickers. We can write and solve a proportion to find the amount of green stickers in this bag. It may help to write this problem, rewrite it, how it looked on the previous page. So we look for our key parts. Well, we know that our percentage is 34. Okay, we have 34%. So that goes right there. A bag of 150 stickers. Okay, Okay, so that's our total. And we're trying to figure out what number is 34% of 150. So we can now set up and solve our proportion. Always over 100 here. Our percentage is 34. We're looking out of 150. So we do our cross multiplication. 150 times 34 equals 5,100. We divide that by 100, which gives us 51 green stickers. So 51 out of 150 equals 34%. So let's go ahead and try some problems here on your own. You can pause the video and work the problems out and see how you do, or you can work them along with me. What percent of 40 is 16? I'm going to go ahead and set up. Percent is the unknown. When out of 40, we're going to 16 out of 40. So we do our cross multiplication and divide. 16 times 100, that's 1,600. Divide that by 40, which will give us 40. So 16 out of 40 is 40%. Next, we have 28 is 80% of what number? So proportion set up again. We have 80 out of 100. Now 28 is this percent of what number? So 28 is the part that's right across in the percentage. Here is the unknown. So we cross multiply, we get 2,800 divided by 80, which gives us an answer of 35. Next, what is 75% of 44? So we have the 100 always comes first, 75%, 75 out of 100. And we're told we're looking at a total of 44, so the whole amount is 44. And we can cross multiply and divide. So we get 3,300 when we do 44 times 75. Divide that by 100, and we get 33. So that X should be there. So 33 is 75% of 44. And finally, what percent of 600 is 180? So I'm going to get my 100 down there. Percent's the unknown. We're out of 600. And we want 180 is what part of it? So we cross multiply and divide. 180 times 100 gives us 18,000. Divide that by 600. And we get X equals 30. So 30%. This concludes your lesson on the percent proportion.